Hi all, welcome to this session for CAT preparation. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Sagar Singhal and I have been teaching for CAT aspirants since 8+ years. So, in today's session, we are going to have an introduction about the CAT exam. So, let's get started. CAT stands for Common Admission Test and it is mainly used for PG and doctorate programs of IIMs and few non-IIMs as well. Now, CAT exam is conducted in the month of November. Its admit cards are going to be released in the first week of November and tentative registrations will start in the month of August. Now, what are the education qualifications that you need to appear in CAT exam? So, you must have a graduation degree and in your graduation, you should have at least 50% of the marks. Now, remember, this is 50%, not 5 CGPA. So, if in your curriculum you have CGPA system, then please ask from your authorities to have a formula to convert that CGPA into percentage. Now, for some reserve categories, the percentage criteria that we have is 45%. Okay. So, first, why is CAT important? Before going on to the CAT preparation, you should have this firm belief that why you are attempting CAT exam. So, the first part, it is your gateway to IIMs. If you get a good score in CAT, then IIM doors will open and they will welcome you. The second point is that it has access to top B schools. So in India, there are many other colleges other than IIMs who accept CAT scores. So those colleges are also open for you. The next is that the rigorous selection process. CAT is not an easy exam, obviously. You have to prepare for at least 1 year or sometimes it takes 2 years to get your desired score. So that's why it makes this exam very much important. The next part is it is a benchmark for quality because if you are getting a good percentile in CAT, then it means that you are a quality student of India. After that, this is also used for career advancement. If you want to switch your career from one stream to some another stream, for example, right now, let's say you are in an IT industry and you want to switch to some management kind of industry or a management role, if you want to take, then you have to appear for CAT. So these are some of the points that make this exam an important exam. Now, let's talk about the exam pattern of CAT. So, there are 3 sections. The first section is commonly known as verbal ability and reading comprehension, in short known as VARC. In this section, you will be having 24 questions. The next section is data interpretation and logical reasoning, commonly known as DILR. In this, you will be having 22 questions. Now, some of you might think that in previous year papers there are only 20 questions, but this is a change in the CAT exam now, that now in DILR section you will have 22 questions instead of 20 questions. Now, the third section that you will have will be quantitative aptitude, in short known as quants. In this section as well, you will have 22 questions and that sums up to 68 questions in your exam. Now, the types of questions that you will have in Quant and DILR will be MCQs, obviously, and other than MCQs, you will also have TITA, that is type in the answer type of question. Now, what type of question is this? Because we all have solved MCQs, but we haven't solved these TITA type of questions. So, in these type of question, there will be no option given to you. Whatever your answer comes, you just have to put that answer into the system. Let's suppose you got your answer as 50. So you have to put 5050 from your system into the box. So in that way, you will get the correct answer. The next will be the marking scheme. So as we have discussed that there were 68 questions. So per question, you will be having plus 3 marks. So if you mark the question correct, you will get 3 marks for that question. But remember, there is also a negative marking for 1 marks. But again, the negative marking is not applicable for TITA type of questions. This negative marking is only there for MCQs. Now, this is a general idea like how many questions will be of MCQ type and how many questions will be of non-MCQ type. Like in VARC, there will be 22 MCQs and there might be 2 non-MCQs. Similarly, in DI and LR, you will have 12 questions of MCQ and 10 questions of non-MCQ. In Quant, you will have 14 questions of MCQ types and 8 questions of non-MCQ type. So in total, out of 68, you will have 48 MCQ questions and 20 non-MCQ questions. Other than this, for each section, the time allotted to you will be of 40 minutes. It means that for Quant, for DILR and for verbal, you will have 40 minutes of section. So in total, your exam has 68 questions and the time duration that you have will be 120 minutes or you can say 2 hours. Now, let's have a brief idea about the CAT syllabus. So, let's talk about the first section, that is VARC, or what we call as a verbal section. Now, in this section, you will have reading comprehensions, you will have para-jumbles, parasymmetry or parasummary, and odd sentence out. In DILR, you will have data interpretation, which means you will have tables, you will have charts, bar graphs, line graphs. So based on these data, you have to answer the question. There will be some data given to you in these forms, in form of tables, in form of charts, and based on that, you have to answer the given questions. Then along with this, you will also have some puzzles, you will have questions based on sitting arrangement, you will have some kinds of root or network type of question, you will have Venn diagram questions, you will have questions based on games and tournaments. Okay. Other than this, you will have a section which is a quantability section, and in this section, there are different topics. Like you will have a complete arithmetic portion. In arithmetic, there will be topics like percentage, profit and loss, there will be time and work, time and speed, ratio and proportion, and these many topics will be in this quantitative ability or in the quant section. Then you will have algebra. In algebra, you will be having linear equations, quadratic equations, inequalities, these type of topics. In the next part of the syllabus, you will have number system. Other than this, you will also have geometry and mensuration. We are also going to see what is the difference between geometry and the mensuration. Then you will have modern maths, and you will have probability, PNC, stats, and you will also have sequence and series log and different topics. So, in the next video, we are going to talk about the syllabus for CAT in detail. So that's all for this session. Thank you.